Uh, Abstract brainwaves, game genie in the beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And boy oh boy, we got some stuff to talk about today. There are rumors of a 2D Mario coming out in 2023, 2024. I'm not exactly sure. But I'm going to pull up an article from comicbook.com. Now, I want to be clear. This is a rumor. And while I don't like to talk rumors because I don't like having egg on my face, if it's a Mario rumor, I feel like I have to talk about it. Now, I haven't done these gaming news videos in a while, but this seemed like the perfect opportunity to update the playlist and have some stuff to talk about. Because if there's two things I like talking about, it's Mario and it's a 4K Switch. So we know we're going to get Mario at some point, specifically 2D or 3D Mario I like, right? I'm not talking about the spin-off joints. Those are all good too, but I'm not likely to make a video just talking about those things, right? I might for a Mario Kart, but I digress. I put up a tier list video, and maybe I didn't put it up yet, but I've made one, okay? Going over my favorite Mario games. I finally did that. That was something I've wanted to do for a long time. Because if I have an affinity for anything, it's that, right? But I will say, what I realized while making that list was, man, Odyssey is really the last game that's come out? That's 2017? And don't get me wrong, there's been other Mario games. We've had, what, Super Mario Maker 2 came out after Odyssey? But that's not like an original thing, right? I play Mario Maker 2 to death, but it's basically all the other Mario games up until a certain point that you can kind of have other people make levels and, you know, the fun keeps going. But an actual 2D Mario? Not since like the new Super Mario Bros. On the Wii did we really get something original. Now, the Wii U one was there, but again, it was pretty much the Wii version, just with the squirrel power-up and 1080p graphics. So really nothing new has come out in 7, maybe 8 years. And the last 2D Mario, like the last real one that stood out was the new Super Mario Bros., right? DS, so that's going back even longer. That's going back to like 2010 or something like that. I don't remember when that one came out, but it's just been a long time. So we'll talk about this article, and then I'll give more of my thoughts in a second here. So let's pull up this Firefox joint here. Now, you probably can't see everything because my big head is in the background. Let's see if we can. We can do that. We've gone to mini Leonard or regular Leonard, and we won't be super Leonard for the rest of this. So let's actually read this, okay? New 2D Mario game reportedly in development at Nintendo. Let me pull up the actual mouse pad so I can scroll. Since Nintendo first became a major player in the video game industry back in the 80s, okay, we don't need to read all that. But what you need to know is that it's supposed to come on the Switch in the future. And according to this industry insider that goes by the name Zippo. So Zippo is one of these leakers. I know y'all have seen other YouTube channels that talk about those guys. If you're watching this video, more than likely you have. If you haven't, you've got people who have, you know, a Twitter presence, a message board presence, that have a friend that, you know, or uncle or somebody that works at Nintendo. And eventually these games, they come stateside to get reviewed and translated and all that, right? So people are able to leak these things out. And while this may not be 100% in the description what we've got here, right? Because what it says is, according to the leaker Zippo, Nintendo is actively developing an all-new 2D Mario game. Although details are sparse, the report claims that the entry will drop the new Super titling format and has been seen with a number of the older Mario games, right? But it also says that additionally this game is to be far in development and that it should be finished soon. I'm paraphrasing all this, right? It also claims that it'll have online multiplayer and will boast an art style that may take some people by surprise. Speaking more about the release of this new Mario game, it was shared that Nintendo could opt to release it at some point in the company's 2023-2024 fiscal year. But that's important, and we'll get to that after we cover all this, right? Assuming that is accurate, it would clearly mean that the game is going to launch on Nintendo Switch, Switch Lite, and Switch OLED platforms. Well, duh. Excuse me. It's worth noting that take this report with a grain of salt. It shouldn't be much of a surprise if Nintendo does release a new 2D Mario game soon, because, you know, they've been doing this back since, you know, the NES days, all right? They've had that same style, so are they going to switch it up? Should they? Yes, but it's also about time that they switch it up, right? Imagine if New Super Mario Bros. Had the same graphics and everything. You'd be like, this is the same thing, dude. You added a couple power-ups, but it looks exactly the same. I want to look at something different. So the sprites that they've been using, it's time for them to tweak those. Because you could tell me the Odyssey sprites are a little bit different, but even though that's a 3D game, those sprites still look like, you know, what we had in Galaxy somewhat, right? So the models have changed a little bit. You can see the stitching in Mario's pants and stuff like that, his overalls, but overall, the aesthetic has to change. Now, hopefully they don't go all Wind Waker on us, but who knows what they're going to do at this point. So that's the end of the article here. So let's switch back and go back into the room and go back into Big Leonard mode. Okay? So, well, here we go. I actually should probably switch those, but it doesn't matter. What does matter is this. Mario has been out since I was a kid. They came out with the Mario movie back then, and I don't know what game was out at that time that was a Mario game. It was a live-action Mario movie, though, right? What happens a lot of times is a movie comes out and there's a video game adaptation to it, okay? So what wasn't in this article that I've seen in other articles is there's a character called Spike, Foreman Spike. If you don't know who Foreman Spike is, he's in the game Wrecking Crew. There was a Mario game called The Wrecking Crew before they went to the Mushroom Kingdom and before they went into the sewers. They were construction workers, and when I say they, I mean Mario and Luigi, right? They were construction workers, and they worked for Foreman Spike, who was kind of a rival for Mario. Way before Wario, this guy was Mario's boss. Mario probably didn't like that job, so he literally got lost. The details from the Mario movie that's coming out, that was supposed to come out this December, that has now been delayed until spring, is that Foreman Spike is going to be in that movie. Well, what did Leaker Zippo say in another article that's not listed up here that I showed you? Foreman Spike is going to be in the game. Now, they could be saying that just to make you feel comfortable in believing it, but it would be nice if Foreman Spike's there. How many times have you heard me or other people say, why is it always Bowser? Couldn't it be Wario that Mario's up against again? Or Wart, bring him back, a new villain. That's what the Paper Mario games do pretty well. They have other villains for Mario to go up against. And it's a breath of fresh air. It adds to the legend of Mario. And not just, okay, you beat Bowser 30 times. You beat your little brother at horse 30 times. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, Sonic is the same way. Always Robotnik. But at least he's got, you know, Mega Sonic and, you know, Metal Sonic. I said Mega Sonic. I meant to say Metal Sonic. He's got Shadow. He's got, you know, Mecha Sonic. That's the one I meant to say. Because Mecha and Metal are actually two different ones, believe it or not. Look the same. I thought they were the same. But anyway, rambling aside, y'all know I ramble a lot. Foreman Spike is in there, and if he's in this game, that would give a different story, a different element. That's really what new should be. A new path, a new direction. I'm not saying he can't rescue Peach, but if somebody else kidnaps Peach, or maybe you still get to play as Peach and somebody destroys her kingdom or something, Foreman Spike teams up with Bowser, give me something like that. Okay, so all that said, why do I feel like this was worth talking about other than it just being Mario, and I like talking Mario? Well, I already hinted at it. The movie's coming out, and it would be great if, while the movie's out, you have the game to look forward to. Not only the game, but what else is coming out early next year, spring? Super Nintendo Land. Or is it Super Nintendo World? Super Nintendo World. That's coming out. Your boy will be there come hell or high water. And you'll have just no excuse to avoid Mario. They might come out with another Mario cereal. But if one thing's for certain, March 10th, Mario games will be on sale. Around that same time, it would be awesome if they had a new Mario game. The park, like I just mentioned, is going to be open, hopefully, with no delays. And then that movie will be out. So it'll just be like a Mario month. It'll be a true celebration there. Okay? And it'll be hard to top a 40th anniversary of Mario when you've got all this coming out. But Nintendo really wants to do this right. They really want to atone for the Mario movie, and that's why they're having this one animated. They bought an animation studio to help them do some of these other projects in the future. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to all this. I hope you are. Let me know your thoughts. If you don't believe that the game is actually happening, what do you think about the movies and everything else? Now, I say this to say Zippo also, why do I think it could be false? Zippo also said there's a 2D Donkey Kong or 2.5D Donkey Kong game that was in development. That also made sense because it was also an anniversary of Donkey Kong. But Zippo could have just said that because he knew if the anniversaries usually mean some kind of game, right? A lot of these leakers have said, oh, for the 35th anniversary, we're going to get, for Super Mario, we're going to get the compilation joints. And I was really hyped for that. It eventually came out. They didn't really improve a whole lot, but it was true. And Nintendo said nothing about it until late in September. That it was, or sometime in September, and that it was going to come out like the same month. They might have dropped it in August, I can't remember, but within a month the game is released. So here we are, September, and they could put out a trailer just like that saying March 2023, early 2023, we've got a Mario game on the way. Donkey Kong is going to be in this Mario movie. Maybe they announced this Donkey Kong game. There's going to be a Nintendo Direct if you haven't figured it out. So that could have been its own video. Maybe it will be. But we'll figure that out as I get more information. There's rumors of a Zelda kind of direct theme. So we'll talk about that when the timing is right. But I'm going to end this here because I've been rambling long enough. Appreciate you guys. Hope to see you again in the next video. If I don't, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out.
Captain Sensation.